What's up, what's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into Modern Warfare Zombies, and today I'm giving you guys a quick Easter egg guide in order to unlock the new Season 2 Dark Aether Rift. That way you guys will be able to use your sigils or Elder sigils in order to get access to it. That way you guys can go ahead and complete the new contracts that are available in this new area, get access to the new schematics, most importantly the Mags of Holding, which is an awesome new addition to Modern Warfare Zombies. You guys are want to definitely get your hands on. So today we are going to go over each of the steps that you're going to need to do in order to get access to this new rift. Once you guys actually complete it one time, very similar to the previous one that we got in Season 1, you guys will have permanent access to it. All you'll need is a sigil in order to go into that rift. Now the first step, and very similar to the last one in Season 1 where we went into the Act 4 story mission, completed it all the way through where you defeated the worm, opened up your rift, and you got access to one of the rewards. One of the rewards being the locked diary, that diary being one of the 4 pieces that you needed for each of the pedestals that are available near the Dark Aether Rift. That way, once you actually put all the items that you need that were gold into those rift pedestals, basically it unlocked the Aether Rift, or the rift would then appear where the Mega Abomination came out. You fought the Mega Abomination, getting access to your first sigil and unlocking the portal permanently. Now in Season 2, it's going to be very similar, that we will require 4 items, and you guys will be needing to go into the story mission, going through completing the actual objective of the story mission. And once you actually get to the end, you fight a souped up Mangler. Once you destroy him, you get access to a rift very similar to when you defeated the worm in the Act 4 story mission. You'll open up that rift, and inside will be a golden drum. Now this is going to be, again, one of 4 items that are going to be required in order to take them over to the pedestals in the new location that is available in the tier 3 zone, kind of more in the northern point where the communication tower is. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with it, but basically you guys will head over to that. You guys won't be able to miss it because it'll be the tornado, the Dark Aether Tornado, and that's where the pedestals will actually be. So again, you guys do have to get access to the 4 items. The first one being the drum. You guys will go into the story mission portal, and if you guys need any help with that, I do have a video on the channel covering that story mission. You guys will then go through completing the objectives like we talked about, eliminating that Mangler at the end, getting access to the gold drum. Now the drum is actually going to be the only item that will be gold off the rip. The other 3 items that we get are going to be purple, and we're going to be getting them in this exact same story mission, unlike last season where we actually headed back to the normal map, found the different items, jumped into the rifts, kind of transformed them gold. This time we need to get 3 different purple items. They're going to be the MMA gloves, which are the Tattered MMA Gloves, the hand mirror, and the Perforated Target. Now each of these are going to be at a location within this new Dark Aether Rift story mission, so you will have to go into the story mission. That is the important part, and you will want to actually complete the objective as fast as you can. It does give you a significant amount of time within this story mission in order to actually get a lot of things done, so I recommend just completing the story mission as quickly as possible, getting your rift to pop up, getting access to your golden drum, and then you're going to go and get these other 3 items. Now this first item is actually going to be very close to where you spawn. There's going to be a ship that's kind of just sunken onto the land there, and essentially you're just going to need to get onto it. It's going to be located at D4 of the map, so if you open up your map, obviously it's scrambled. You're going to use the grid to find D4, be able to get up onto the ship, and you will find a little totem or pedestal there that you will be able to activate. These are going to be very similar to the ones you saw in the other Act 4 story mission that you actually had to activate and defend for a certain amount of time. And then obviously once you actually captured it, you moved over to the next one. Now the difference with this one, the first one here is going to be the Tattered MMA Gloves at D4, where you will go over to it and activate it. There will be a ring around this totem. At that point, you're going to want to let the zombies get within the circle, and for this one specifically, you're going to want to melee the zombies. You will know it is actually correct and the eliminations are counting, as you will see their spirits essentially go into the totem. You'll do this long enough, and then eventually the progress will complete, popping up another one of those reward rifts where you'll be able to open it up. Within it will be the Tattered MMA Gloves, but like I was saying before, they will be purple. You're just going to want to put these into your backpack and hold on to them, because you will need to actually get the other 2 items and head back to urzikstan before we actually make them gold. So the next item we're going to head over to is going to be down in the bottom right hand corner. It's going to be the hand mirror located in I-8 of the map. If you guys are opening it up, it can be a little bit scrambled and confusing. It's going to be in I-8. It's going to be out in the middle of the fog, so it can be kind of hard to actually find. You guys will want to wander out there a little bit. Just keep your eyes peeled. You guys should be able to go ahead and locate that totem. Now this totem is going to be a little bit different than the one we did with the melee, as obviously it isn't going to be the exact same, and it does require us to actually eliminate zombies with napalm ammo mod, a cryo ammo mod, the dead wire ammo mod, and then the brain rot ammo mod, and it's kind of going in a sequence. So first it starts out with napalm, and I believe you can actually go up to the totem and activate it to actually drop the ammo mods that you need. So you will get the napalm to drop. I think if you have multiple people, you should get multiple people to be able to pick it up. At least that was in our experience. The one of us was able to get the napalm. We eliminated enough zombies. Then we go over to the cryo. You will see not only the ground kind of change, but the totem will change color as well. Then you will be able to eliminate them with cryo. Once you go far enough with that, you'll kind of see it change to electricity. You'll continue to take them out with the dead wire. Then the last part, it will change those over to green. You'll complete it with the brain rot. Once you're able to go through each and every one of the ammo mods, going through it successfully, eventually it will complete very similar to the first one that we completed, which was the MMA gloves. You guys will open up your rift, this time getting access to the hand mirror. Now this one will also be purple, so like the MMA gloves, you're going to want to hold on to them. And we're going to go over to our last and final item, which is the Perforated Target. Now this one's going to be more on the northern side of the map. It is actually going to be fairly close to where you found the MMA gloves, and it is going to be located in E4. Again, you guys can complete the objective at any point you feel comfortable. If you guys want to go and grab each of these items beforehand, you're more than welcome to. It is just nice to have the Aether rift already open. That way, once you actually have all the items, you can just escape. So for this Perforated Target, you're headed over to E4. It's going to be kind of just outside in the open. Again, it's kind of easy to walk past. I'll do my best to show each of these locations on the map, but with the zombies, it can be troublesome from time to time, so of course I wanted to include their exact location. Now for this one, it's going to have a crosshair on the actual totem. This one you're going to activate, and the point here is you guys are just going to want to get critical kills. You'll be able to tell that this progress is actually counting because you will see the spirits or souls of the zombies going into the actual totem. Once you're able to get enough critical kills or headshots, eliminations, you guys will then complete the progress. At that point, the reward rift will open once again, this time giving you access to the Perforated Target. Now at this point, you have the 3 purple items that you need, the gloves, the target, and the mirror, and you should have access to the golden drum, ready to then extract from the Dark Aether story and be able to go back to urzikstan in your next match. All right, the next step, now that you have the 4 items, 3 purple and the 1 gold being the drum, you're going to head back into urzikstan. This time you're going to need to go to 3 different locations. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you go to first, of course, as that's probably going to be determined based on where you actually spawn in. But let's go ahead and talk about the hand mirror first. This is going to be in the top right-hand corner of the map in I3. It's a little bit southeast of Errl military base. You guys should be familiar with the temple or chapel or church, whatever the heck it is up there, with the little graveyard around it. Now, I don't actually show this one on the map very well or at all. Now, in the general area of this church is going to be some gravestones and such, and there is going to be some smaller structures. If you're looking at the front of the chapel, actually going up the hill, to the left is going to be some smaller structures. Very close to one of those will be a gravestone that's kind of facing the Errl. If you're actually looking at it, you guys will be able to interact with this. It also does have the hand mirror icon on it, so you'll know it's the correct one. It'll allow you to interact with it, where you then will be able to offer it your hand mirror. Once you do this, 3 zombies will spawn in. You'll get a napalm zombie, a cryo zombie, and I believe it's a dead wire zombie. You can go up to the center totem thing where you guys will see kind of a electricity or whatever. And you guys will be able to go up there and interact to get the appropriate ammo mod that you need, kind of like you guys see in my video here. And then you guys will be able to go and eliminate the appropriate zombie. You will need the one napalm one for the fire, obviously the freeze for the cryo zombie, and you will need the dead wire for the other one. If you have 3 people, it's significantly easier. Obviously, you could still do this solo if you're able to get all of those ammo mods and take out those zombies. But once you take out all 3 of those zombies, very similar, a rift will open. You guys will be able to grab your reward. This time, it's going to be a gold version of the hand mirror. So we have transferred or, basically converted our first item outside of the drum. Next, let's go ahead and go over to the Tattered MMA Gloves. This one's going to be a little bit more straightforward, as you might have actually recognized the ring in which you're going to be headed to. The building in which the ring is located is going to be in F8 if you guys are opening up your map looking at your grid, and I do better at showing this one on the map. You'll head inside, and in the middle of the ring, you will have the ability to actually offer your MMA gloves. You're going to go ahead and do so. Jump out of the ring to the right of it. You will see 3 punching bags. You're going to melee each of these, light them up with fire, which will then spawn a fire zombie in the center of the ring. To my knowledge, the only thing you have to do is melee it to death or beat it to death with your fists in the middle of the ring. Once you actually eliminate it, your portal or rift, I guess I should say, will then spawn in the middle, giving you access to the golden version of the Tattered MMA Gloves. So at this point, we are at 3 out of 4 of our items, leaving only the crosshair left to go. And for the crosshair, we're going to be headed over kind of near where the manor is. Not quite in that direction. It's going to be located in H8 on the map. Again, I probably do my best to show you guys this one on the map as well. You guys will head over to this location, kind of near where the little firing ranges are. Essentially, this is going to be a firing range with the crosshair. At this point, you do have that perforated target. Now, the firing range section that is a little closer to the spot that does have the exfil there does actually have a specific target that you can walk up to, where you will be able to interact with it similar to the other locations that we've already gone to, where you then will be able to put the perforated target there. When you actually interact with it, a bunch of purple targets actually pop up. You will need to shoot them, changing them all to red, and they are kind of around the area, so you are going to want to look out for them if it seems like it hasn't popped up yet, meaning your actual reward rift. You guys will want to go around shooting each and every one of the targets. To my knowledge, there isn't a time limit or anything like that. Once you get all of them, don't forget the one that's hiding on the other side of the box there, because we'll get that last and final one. Wherever the person is that actually started the initiation of the process, that's where the reward rift will be. They'll be able to open that up, finally getting access to that last and final item, the perforated target, in the golden form. At this point, the only thing left for you to do is take these items over to the tier 3 zone. You're going to want to suit up, especially if you're actually planning to go into the Dark Aether portal. And also very similar to the last Aether portal that we opened, you will have a little bit of an enemy surprise when you actually activate it. So now that you have your 4 items and you are souped up and ready to go, you'll head over to the tier 3 zone. You'll go into the tornado, which should be very easy for you to find. You will then head over to this location, and you shouldn't have too many issues finding these pedestals that are around in the tornado. Now they are kind of far apart, and they might be further apart than you will think. You go up to each and every one of them. You'll look what icon's on it. You'll place the appropriate item on it. Of course, if it has a drum, you're going to place the drum. You'll go over to the hand mirror. You'll place the hand mirror. Make sure they are golden form, and you open it up and you just offer it in there. You'll go over to the next pedestal. You'll place each of these items in the appropriate one. Very similar to just season 1. It will then obviously start an activation process where it will build this Dark Aether portal. There will be some special enemies that pop out. You will eliminate those enemies, a reward rift will pop up, you'll get access to your first sigil, and have unlocked the new Dark Aether portal for Season 2. Now in today's video, all we were going to cover is how you actually unlock the portal. I think we're all familiar at this point on how the sigils work. You got one regular sigil on one side, Elder sigil on the other side. One is much more difficult than the other. If you guys would like me to create a guide on the sigil and elder sigil versions for this new Aether rift, make sure you let me know down in the comments section below. That's going to wrap things up for us today. Hopefully today's guide will help you along your journey to unlock the new Dark Aether. But thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.